Hi, and welcome to our short webinar today on 4 costly Social Security mistakes that you should avoid so you can live without regret in retirement. Social Security is one of the biggest choices you will make, one of the biggest decisions you will have to make as it relates to your retirement, and it is very easy to get it wrong. There are lots of choices, lots of decisions that you could get wrong, and today we're going to present 4 of the biggest mistakes that we see people make. My name is Damon King. I am a certified financial planner professional and wealth management specialist. I'm also the writer, co-host, and producer of the most listened to weekend show on News Radio 1000 KTOK Talk Radio in Oklahoma City. The name of the show is It's All About the Money, Honey. I'm also the lead instructor for the Rock Your Retirement Financial Enrichment Series that we offer. And that's a big reason why I'm offering this webinar today, because I cover these 4 mistakes in my class, and so I wanted to give you a little taste of our educational course. If you're looking to know more about retirement, how retirement works, not just your Social Security options, but things about income planning, how to invest for income, certain healthcare choices, Medicare, that sort of thing, different things that you're going to have to deal with. But this webinar today will certainly help you to avoid these specific Social Security mistakes and also put the focus on income planning. In retirement, generating income is the most important job you have. Income is what you need to live. So obviously generating income is going to be job number 1. So what are the 4 costly Social Security mistakes? Well, number 1, underestimating Social Security's value. That's a big one, big mistake people make. Number 2, rushing to collect Social Security benefits too soon, collecting at age 62 just because you can. Maybe that's not the best idea. Mistake number 3, misunderstanding the various options that you have in claiming Social Security. And mistake number 4, getting blindsided by taxes. So let's dive into each one of these. Mistake number 1, underestimating the value of Social Security. For most retirees, Social Security will be the foundational source of income, in addition to any other pensions or annuities that you might have. The average retiree will count on Social Security to make up about 40% of their income. So even with all of its problems and its fears of its solvency, that sort of thing, Social Security is still a big part of most retirees' retirement income plan. Social Security, unlike a lot of other annuities or pensions that might be locked in, the amount of money you get every year is locked in and it will never go up. Social Security does have cost of living adjustments that are baked into it. Now, these cost of living adjustments are not always approved by Congress every year, but they are promised. They're certainly not required, but they are promised. So there is some protection against longevity risk, against living too long, in the fact that you will have a guaranteed source of income, and hopefully over time you'll get regular cost of living adjustments. So do not underestimate the value, the importance of Social Security and the decision that you have to make. Mistake number 2, rushing to collect Social Security too soon and then regretting it. You can collect Social Security as early as age 62, you can collect it as late as age 70, and any age in between. For most people, your full retirement age is going to be either 66 or 67. It depends on when you were born. If you were born before the year of 1960, your full retirement age is 66 and some number of months. If you were born in the year 1960 or after, your full retirement age is 67. But regardless, you can claim Social Security as early as age 62. Now, when you claim Social Security early, meaning before your full retirement age, you will receive a reduced benefit, and that reduction in your benefit is permanent. The reduction is approximately 6% per year less than what you would receive at your full retirement age. So that if you claim at 4 to 5 years before your full retirement age, you're looking at anywhere from a 25 to 30% reduction in your benefit, and that benefit is permanently reduced. So the question becomes, do you need the money? If you need the income at age 62, then taking it at 62 might be a good idea. But what if you're still working? If you're still working and you are under your full retirement age, this is generally not advised. It's generally not advised to claim Social Security younger than your full retirement age while you are still working, because you would be subject to what's called the earnings test. And you can be penalized or have a certain amount of your Social Security benefit withheld if you earn above a certain dollar amount of earned income. In fact, they will penalize you or withhold $1 for every $2 you earn above a certain threshold. And that threshold is not that high. It's less than $18,000 a year. So it doesn't take a lot of earned income to completely wipe out your Social Security benefit. So collecting Social Security just because you can at age 62 or 63 or any age younger than full retirement age may not necessarily be the best option. You can take a look at these options by doing what we call break-even analysis. And so if you take a look at this chart, the orange line shows if you were to claim Social Security at age 62. And you'll notice that you get checks first, and the checks, you receive them for a longer period of time. So you get more checks, but you get smaller ones. If you look at the green line, that is if you were to claim Social Security at your full retirement age. You'll notice that you get fewer checks, but they are bigger. Remember, you don't have the reduction. So if you're trying to decide, should I claim at 62 or should I claim at my full retirement age? Well, the question then becomes, how long do you think you're going to live? What do you think your life expectancy is going to be? Because you'll notice that at age 78, the amount of money you receive for collecting at age 62 and 67 is identical. That's the break-even point. So if you were to claim at 67 and you live beyond the age of 78, at that point, you will have received more lifetime income from Social Security. So by claiming early, you might receive lower overall lifetime income the longer you live. And then claiming at age 70, that's the yellow line there. It's actually more advantageous to delay Social Security if you believe you're going to live to beyond 82 years old, because it's at that point that the amount of money you receive from Social Security eclipses what you would have received at 62 or even full retirement age. So it all becomes a question of how long do you think you're going to live, but more importantly, do you need the income? If you need the income now, then taking Social Security now or when you can is probably a good idea. But there's always more that goes into it than just, it's my benefit and I'm going to take it. So you've got to do a little bit of income planning and some analysis. Mistake number 3, misunderstanding your claiming options. There are hundreds and hundreds of different claiming options for Social Security, but we're going to talk about the most basic decisions you're going to have to make. Number 1, you can claim Social Security, your individual benefit, or your spousal benefit. So your choice is, do you want 100% of your benefit or 50% of your spouse's benefit? So if your benefit is $1,000 a month, but your spouse's benefit is $2,500 a month, well, obviously, 1/2 of $2,500 a month is more than 100% of yours. So it's $1,250 versus $1,000. So in that case, it's a simple choice. You take whichever benefit is higher, either 100% of yours or 50% of your spouse's. That's the most basic decision you need to understand. And so you need to know not only what is your benefit, but what is your spouse's benefit. What if you're divorced? If you're divorced and you were married for at least 10 years and you have not remarried, generally before the age of 60, you could still be eligible to receive the spousal benefit from your ex-spouse. That's very important to know. It's very possible that you could leave some money on the table if you've been divorced, and you could potentially earn more money if your ex-spouse's benefit was quite a bit higher than yours. You can also receive a survivor benefit. So if you have a spouse that has passed away, generally speaking, you are entitled to 100% of your surviving or your deceased spouse's benefit. Of course, there are going to be adjustments made if you claim early or if your spouse claimed early, but you need to understand what are your options for survivor benefits. And then if you're disabled, there are disability benefits. It is actually possible to receive Social Security well before the age of 62 if you were declared disabled and you pass the Social Security definition of disability. So you need to understand all of these different claiming options. And it's always a good idea to work with your advisor and potentially schedule an appointment with the Social Security Administration to discuss these. Finally, mistake number 4, and this is a big one, is getting blindsided by taxes. A lot of people don't realize, even today, that Social Security benefits can be taxed. In fact, up to 85% of your Social Security benefit can be taxed. And you might say, well, I paid all those taxes into Social Security just to participate. Now you're telling me I've got to pay income taxes on the money that I put in? The answer is yes, you do, potentially. It's based on your income. In fact, the more taxable income that you have, whether that's in the form of your W-2 income, your wages, your salary, self-employment income, income from investments, whether it's real estate or the market, gambling winnings, basically anything that is taxable income, the more of it you have, the more of your Social Security can be taxed. And in my class, Rock Your Retirement, I actually go through the formula of determining how you'll know whether or not your Social Security benefit will be taxed. I give you the exact formula. And it's important to know that some income is exempt from this. There is some income that you could have that is not taxable, and as a result, it does not count towards taxing your Social Security. So you may be able to avoid this situation altogether, but the only way you can really do that is through some advanced planning and through knowing what the rules are. And when you know what the rules of the game are, it's a lot easier to try to win the game. So now you've seen very briefly 4 Social Security planning mistakes that clients make all the time, that people make all the time. And there's a lot more to discover about how retirement works. And if you're ready to discover what else you might not know about retirement, here's what you need to do next. You need to enroll in Rock Your Retirement. This is a 4-hour course spread over 2 nights at a local university in the Oklahoma City area. So it's 2 nights, 2 hours per night from 6:30 to 8:30 in the evening. It's just $50 to attend, and that tuition is good for you and a guest. So you could invite a spouse, a friend, a coworker, a neighbor, anybody. It's just $50. And during this course, when you enroll, and you can click the Enroll Now link below, just click the button and it will take you to our page where you can enroll in the class that's coming up that you want to enroll in. What you're going to discover in this class is a lot. You're going to discover how to invest for income. Why is income planning so important to begin with? And then once you know that income is important, well, then how do you get it? We're going to discuss some key tax reduction strategies. There have been lots of changes to the tax laws just in the last year or so. And so it's very important that you know how these things work so that you can reduce taxes in retirement. How to protect your money. At a certain point, you're going to be tired of the volatility of the stock market. So is there a way to protect some of your money from loss in the stock market? We're going to discuss the basics of Medicare. How does that work? And what are your various options for Medicare and health insurance, long-term care insurance, that sort of thing. We're also going to discuss estate planning. Should you get a will? Should you get a trust? Which one is better? Is there a difference? So we'll discuss all of those. That's what you're going to discover when you attend Rock Your Retirement. You're going to receive our course workbook that's over 130 pages in length. Plenty of room to write notes, very detailed. We get so many comments about how detailed the information is. There's very little reason to take notes because everything is covered so well. You're going to get some of our best resources on Social Security, income planning, leaving a legacy for your family, and so much more. You're going to get answers to your questions, your burning questions that maybe you've been dying to ask a financial advisor, but you didn't want to have to go sit through some boring steak dinner seminar. You want to go to a real class, and you don't want to be made to feel like you're stupid. No one feels stupid in these classes. No questions are stupid, and questions are answered directly by your instructor, which is me. So you're going to get answers to your questions, and more importantly, you're going to walk out of class with some clarity about some of these questions, but also power. When you have knowledge and you know how things work, you have power over something that frightened you before, something you didn't know about before. And when you have power over something, it doesn't frighten you anymore. And now you can make better, more informed decisions. So click the Enroll Now link below, the button below. Again, classes are forming right now. They're limited to the first 20 guests per session. So once they fill up, you've got to go on to the next one. Just $50 is the tuition, good for you and a guest, and all of the tuition that we collect is donated to local charities. So it's reinvested in the community. You're going to get 4 hours of education spread over 2 nights at a local university in the Oklahoma City area. So I can't wait to see you in class. Thanks so much for watching our short webinar today. I can't wait to show you more about how you can rock your retirement. I'll see you soon.